You for joining me in my SAP S/4HANA training. Please hit like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. We will review automatic payment program configuration. We can use T code FBZP. And in here we have all the applications we need to perform automatic payment program configuration. So we all have all company codes, paying company codes, payment methods CR, payment methods in company code, bank determination, and also we can create house banks. Alternatively, we can go to SPRO or uh, SIMG. So in our command field /n SIMG, and we will go to SAP Customizing Implementation Guide. From here, go to Financial Accounting node, and then to Accounts Receivable and Accounts Payable node, and Business Transaction node, and then to Outgoing Payments node, and then to automatic outgoing payments. And from here, we will go to payment method bank selection for payment program. Here we have also all the applications that we need, like in FBZP, that to set up automatic payment program configuration. Okay, so we will use this one. Let's click all company codes for payment transactions. So you all now to right mouse click and show path and also display technical info if you want to get a related T code. Let's execute this application. So let's find our company code, click position button, and then type in your company code. Mine is TUK2, and we now have our TUK2. Let's double click or highlight and see details. So in here, this is a configuration for our company code. So in the control data, we have sending company code. The sending company code is could be your parent company that will be sending the payments. And then this company code is actually paying. So we can have the sending company code in blank, or we can put in maybe later on, or uh, sometime if you want the parent company. In our sample, it is TUS TUS company code. So here we have a separate payment per business area. If we want separate payments in business area, we will not be checking this checkbox. There's also a payment method. So, so if you use payment method supplement option, a payment method supplement can be predefined in the customer and vendor of the company code. This supplement is used to group payments. So right now we won't be using this feature, so we will let this to be unchecked. In the cash discount and tolerance for the tolerance days for payable, this specifies a number of days by which the cash discount periods and period for the due date net payment may be exceeded. So we won't use also this feature. So if you need payments to exceed the due date, then use this tolerance days for payable. For the max cash discount, this specifies the lower limit for payments with cash discount deduction. So we won't use this, so this will be unchecked also for us. So for the vendors and customers, we have GL transactions to be paid in FP, and also in customers, GL transactions to be paid in FP. So these are the defaults and also the exception list that's the default. We will use that. We can check what's FP from the selections. So FP is F for down payment request and P for payment request. So in the customers, if you want to check what's FP, F is for also for down payments and P for payment request. Okay, we from here click save and create new customizing request. We will use set up all company codes for payment transactions as a description and then TUK2. Hit enter or click the save icon. Check or hit enter. Save it so our data was saved. So click back and then back again. So next we'll be using setup paying company codes for payment transactions. Execute this and then go to position and find your company code. Mine is TUK2. Hit enter. So we can double click or highlight this and click details. So from here, we can encode the minimum amount for incoming payment and also the minimum amount for outgoing payment. So we will retain this. This is 50.50 GBP and also 0.50 GBP for outgoing payment. If you want that exchange rate differences does not affect your transaction or does not have exchange rate differences, you may click this. We will allow exchange rate differences, so we will leave it unchecked. And also for exchange rate uh, differences for part payments, we will allow that, so we will retain it as unchecked. For the bill exchange payment, you should flag this if you wish to use bills of exchange or bill exchange payment request or check bill exchange procedure in paying company code. So we will not have that, so let's remove the check. For direct debit pre-notifications, we will not also check this box. You do not need to select this box if you want to create the direct debit pre-notification in the context of SEPA, direct debits. Okay, so anyway, we won't also check this box. We will leave the credit identification number to be blank. This is a uh, credit identification number for SEPA, so it's similar to direct debit pre-notification. So we won't be using that, so we will leave this blank. Let's scroll down and then we have a choice whether our bill of exchange is per invoice, due date, or per due date. So we will retain the per due date, but you may choose your whether you want it on a per invoice or just per due date. So with our choice, this indicator that items which are due in a specified period can be paid together with a bill of exchange. The periods are individually specified with each payment run. We will also leave blank the latest due date in days and bill demand for due date up until, and also the bill of exchange due date for outgoing payments, earliest due date in, and latest due date in. So we can click the forms, although we will also leave the bill of exchange payment data will be deleted. Okay, and did that we did not record any. So I hit enter for that. Since we removed the bill exchange, the other choices were also removed related to bill of exchange payment. And now in the forms, we have the default SAP script for the printing, for the payment advice, and for the EDI accompanying sheet form. So we will use the default F110 in AVIS and F110 EDI01. So that's it. Let's click save and let's create a new customizing request. And we will name this set up paying company codes for payment transactions TUK2. Hit enter, click check or hit enter, and then that's it for that application. Let's click back and then back again. So this time we'll go to set up payment methods per company code for payment transactions. Click execute. Click on position to go to your company code. So paying company code, we have set up that earlier. It is TUK2. Hit enter. So we have several payment methods. We will be using check and also backs transfer. We'll use check and backs transfer. Let's go first to payment method C for the check. Double click. So for the check, the minimum amount we will use uh, comma GBP, and the maximum amount we will be using 100,000 GBP. That will limit the transactions that we will be paying for the automatic payment. Let's scroll to the right. For grouping items, we will select payment per due date. For the bank selection control, we will use that, no optimization. Scroll to the left, and we will allow the default for foreign currency payments, foreign business partner allowed, foreign currency allowed. So we will allow this, and also customer vendor bank abroad allowed. So we will allow those items. So click save, and let's create a new customizing request. That will be set up payment methods for company code for payment transaction. And then click save. Again, hit enter or click the check. Then go back. We will use back transfer, but let me go back to the check first and then uh, revert it back to the maximum amount. Let me check that. Okay, save that. Data was saved, and we will use the 100,000 in the backs transfer. So here we will use 0.50 for the GBP minimum amount, and then 100,000 GBP for the maximum. We will be grouping in payments per due date, no optimization, and we will allow foreign business partner, foreign currency, and customer invoice also uh, should be comma. My input method to that should be comma. Then enter. So that's it. We'll retain the default for form data and sender details, which are mostly filled up. Okay, click save, and the data must save. Click back, and then back. And we have skipped this one. We need to configure this also. Set up payment methods for each country region for payment transaction. Let's execute this, and then click position. So this will be GB for Great Britain. That's our country, the country of our company code. And then we have check and also backs transfer. These are the two payment methods that are we are going to use. So let's configure the check first. Double click or highlight and then click the details. So for method C, which is the check, our description, it's currently an outgoing payments. We will use this as incoming payments. So I've just clicked it for incoming payments. And then we will allow for personal payments. That's okay. And the post method, that's okay also. Let's go scroll to the right. It's okay. And that's right. We will use the debit memo. And this one required master records specification. Normally, this should be checked. Street PO box. So the payment transaction, the automated payment transaction will check whether since the customer, since this is incoming payments, the customer has a street PO box or PO box post and postal code. We will uncheck this since this is a test. Yes, for our testing, we will not be using this one, but normally you will use this. And also we won't use the bank details, but if you need a checking, so we will leave this unchecked, the bank details, and also the collection authorization and ZEPA. We will leave those unchecked. Scroll down, and the classic payment medium RFO, we will retain the default payment medium program, which is RFFOUS underscore Z, and the name of print dataset lists 1S. We will retain the default for that. And here in the posting details, we will retain ZP and the document type for clearing ZV. So let's also check that ZP and ZV have uh, sign number series that Just check if ZP is here first. Okay, it's named payment posting. I think that's customer. And then ZV, ZV, ZV. I'll click the search just to check. Description ZV payment clearing. That's